Archie Griffin, arguably the greatest NCAA football player ever. He was the only player to win 2 Heisman trophies. It is a trophy for Best Player of the Year.
Well, here we all are now in utter and complete shock at the whirling, dashing sight of 18-year-old Archie Griffin, freshman tailback 3 days in classes at Ohio State, who has ripped off a record 239 yards in a game against North Carolina. He spun off wicked runs of 55 yards and 32 yards and 22 yards and 20 yards and 11 yards, and assorted runs of 6 and 8 and 9 yards. He sneaked through tiny holes in the line, and he slid outside and tiptoed down the sidelines.
He went on to have a terrible NFL career. It was one of the biggest busts ever in sports. This also happened to 2 other players. The first is Reggie Bush. He won a Heisman as well, and just like Archie, he's not amounted to much in the NFL.
Lines up as the tailback. Breeze swings it out to Bush, and the ball is knocked away, and an incomplete pass, and a
The third player was Troy Smith. He won a Heisman and had an unbelievable NCAA career. And guess what? Just like the last 2, he did not really do anything in the NFL.
Here's the other side. And when you make the decision with Mike Singletary to go with Troy Smith, you know that there's going to be situations where there's going to be a mistake made. And even Troy Smith said, and there's Ted Ginn, his old college teammate, trying to get involved. They've got to settle him down. You can be competitive, but you have to have your composure, especially at the quarterback position. There's the hit you talked about.
James Hall lit him up.
So, what's my guiding question? My question is, why do so many NCAA Heisman winners go on to have such poor NFL careers? No matter what position you play in football, you have some strengths as well as some weaknesses. Your strength can help you thrive in one type of league and fail in another. These great running backs were able to read an NCAA defense and know where to go, but when they got to the NFL, they were the ones being left in the dust. And for Troy Smith, a quarterback, well, he was also able to read an NCAA team defense and decide where to throw the football. In the NFL, the defenses read him and went to intercept the ball. You see, the NCAA is very strongly based on players who can play the old-fashioned way, between the tackles. That was a good play for the NCAA. It was your standard drop back and throw type of pass. To succeed in the NFL, you need to have a more dynamic game of not just throwing, but running in tricky ways.
Black belt, actually. That's right. One of his biggest thrills, he's told us in the offseason. First down and 10. Stutter step moving back to Orton. Wide open. Is Law waiting for it.
You ain't gonna believe this, but you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up to say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. this kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching every day. It was like a privilege. And the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, then you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you.
Look, shout to all my fans.
So, to sum my answer, offenses and defenses are run differently in the NCAA than in the NFL. Therefore, some players who succeed in the NCAA do not have what they need to change and succeed in the NFL.